really good win for Hawaii. I thought they played well as a team. Their guards did a great job controlling the tempo. They played with passion. They played with energy. It's fun to watch them play. So congratulations to those guys.
Questions for California student athletes Jordan Matthews and Sam Singer? Any questions for student athletes?
Yeah, how frustrating was it just the build up to this game with all the injuries and adversity and distractions and everything? How tough was it just to play in this game?
Sam?
I don't think it was frustrating at all. We kind of moved past that as the week went on, and we were solely focused on this game. And so, we didn't let it distract us, and, unfortunately, we couldn't come out with a win.
Yeah, Jeff Ferrato, Oakland Tribune. If you were asked this already, Konzo, I apologize. When did you guys find out Jabari wouldn't be able to play? And what kind of impact did that have, given the fact that you already didn't have Tyrone?
Well, I found out, 2 minutes, I guess a minute and a half, 2 minutes before the tip, because he's obviously in the starting lineup. And then he went back to the training room again and said he had back spasms and just he couldn't go. So we obviously made the adjustment with Jordan, and that was it. He couldn't go. Well, of course it impacts you. Guys probably in the last 10 games shooting almost 55% from the three-point line, so he stretches your defense. So he's now on the floor. You can collapse a little bit more. And I thought Roger and Domingo did an admirable job for not playing a lot of minutes. But when you lose a guy that shoots the way he shoots it, changes the game for you. I mean, one thing to have Tyrone, but we expected that, because he was injured. But 2 minutes before game start time, it's tough. But you still have enough to win the game, so there's no excuses.
Konzo, did he feel anything when he woke up this morning, or was it just totally during the warm-ups that his back's tightened up?
Well, what I got at the halftime of the game, he felt a little stiff at the shoot-around. Felt something at the shoot-around practice yesterday. But, he's okay. Then I guess when he woke up this morning, then nobody ever said anything to me about it, because I guess it was enough where he felt like he could play. But then, again, 2 minutes before the tip, he just said he couldn't go. Yeah.
If we have no more questions for student athletes, we'll let these two gentlemen go.
Jordan, could you address just how disappointing the end of this season is, considering what you guys achieved this year and what your expectations must have been?
It's always disappointing to lose, but it doesn't take away from a great season. 23 wins, grew a lot with these guys. So, of course you're disappointed, but you win ball games, you lose ball games. Well, life goes on, and we had a great season.
Brian McInnes, Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Jordan, I was wondering your thoughts on Hawaii's backcourt play, Bobbitt and Smith, and what it was like to guard them today.
Yeah, they're both really good players, him, Smith, and the other guy, what's his name, 32. They're pretty good. They're really good players. Bobbitt hit some tough shots. The 1 foot leaner, that's a tough shot to guard. And Smith hit a couple off the glass late in the second half that hurt us. So they have a really good veteran backcourt.
Sam, could you talk about the early part of the game? You knew you were going to play point guard for Tyrone, but then you got in some foul trouble, and it just seemed like your team really never got a rhythm early in the game. How much did that set you back?
I definitely set us back, but you got to credit them. They had a good game plan, and they really pressured us and got us out of things we wanted to do. So I thought Brandon did a great job coming in and running the offense and facilitating. So, it was hard to get in a rhythm, but me being in foul trouble shouldn't have held us up.
Sam, with Jalen getting in foul trouble so early and then really never got in any kind of rhythm, how much did that affect the game in terms of you guys establishing your offense?
It definitely affects us. You got to guard him. He's averaged, whatever he averaged, 15 points a game this year. And so every time he's on the floor, his presence alone just forces defense to guard him. So not having him out there allowed him to collapse a little bit more on Ivan and made it tough on our bigs. And they forced us to hit outside shots.
Konzo, can you address what's been going on, you think, with Jalen the last 5 games? Seems like he's lost all of confidence and rhythm and flow and not shooting the ball well, and even lost some aggressiveness.
I can't answer that specifically. I mean, he would only be able to answer that. I mean, I think he struggled somewhat and then started thinking about it. And I think for him as a young guy, it's very hard to play the game the way he plays it when you're getting 2 and 3 offensive fouls, he charges in a game. It's hard to have an aggressive rhythm to you. So it's just unfortunate. I think that's the biggest key, the biggest contributor. So now all of a sudden he's thinking about it. And then, teams letting him shoot the jump shot because if you defend him, you'd rather have him shoot on the perimeter as opposed to driving the ball. So if his shot doesn't fall, then now you're a little hesitant to drive the ball because of the way the game's officiated. So, but he'll be fine. I think that was just the toughest part. It's hard when you probably averaging 2 or 3 offensive charges a game. It's hard to get in the real flow.
Cons, are you surprised that this game was called with such a tight whistle? I mean, you played in the tournament, and a lot of times they let a little more physical play go, but this game was called really tightly tonight.
Well, not necessarily surprised because the key is you're supposed to officiate the game the way you officiate all season long. So not necessarily surprised. And those are legitimate referees out there, so that has nothing to do with the outcome, in my opinion, of the game. I mean, Hawaii won the game.
Before we continue with questions for Coach, we'll go ahead and dismiss Jordan and Sam. Thank you, guys.
Coach Wes Nakama, WarriorInsider.com here. You guys made a nice run there midway through the second half. I think it was you get down 10, then you came back with a 9-2 run. I think it was 47-46 with 12 minutes left, a lot of time. Do you think that was a momentum turner right there where you had the chance to seize the lead and get the momentum forward, and then they weathered the storm?
We turned the ball over, but that's what good teams do, veteran teams. I mean, strong backcourt, experienced guys. They find ways to win the game, maintain their composure. They made plays. I think we were down 1, and we turned the ball over, and the game changed from there.
Konzo, how difficult has this week been for you and your team and your coaching staff, given all the different factors that have come up? And does it leave the future cloudy for, you don't know about a couple of your freshmen, whether they'll be back, your own situation? How do you look forward from here at this point with any clarity?
Well, for me, I'm fine. My situation will be what I determine it'll be, so I'm fine. But as far as our team's fine. I mean, if you're talking about Ivan and Jalen, I mean, there's plenty of time to talk about that whenever they decide to do what they want to do. But I just think what happens when you have a level of momentum, you're going into something and you hit a bump in the road, and then with the situation that took place with one of our coaches, then all of a sudden, Tyrone goes down, then your Jabari Bird. I mean, it's tough for young guys to overcome, but for us as a staff, as men, this is life. And like Jordan said, you deal with these things all the time. I'd rather them deal with them now than, 15, 20 years down the road. So it's part of it. It's no big deal. I mean, you still have to lace them up, play the game. I mean, I think Hawaii won the game tonight. I mean, obviously a lot of factors you can say this or that, but they won the game.
I think this is the 5th Pac-12 team to lose so far in the tournament. Has this kind of surprised you how the conference has done so far?
No, I just think, outside of maybe 1 and 16, I mean, this is basketball. It's neutral site. Teams play ball games. Everybody practice, they prepare, they perform. So I don't really get caught up in who beat who. I mean, it's a big-time basketball, stage atmosphere, the adrenaline, people make plays, stuff happens. No, not at all. I was only concerned with our team and how we lost the game. But other than that, everybody prepares the same.
Konzo, given where you guys were at the start of the season, the expectations, do you feel like this is an opportunity lost because, like you alluded to, that there could be some personnel changes going forward? Are you going to lament that this was something that you guys couldn't turn into something bigger?
Personnel changes? I'm not sure what you mean there, but you meaning players? Right. Well, you always recruit. I mean, I like the guys we have returning. Obviously, you want to add pieces, but you always recruit. That's part of your job as a coach. Then you just kind of move from there. You just got to plug the right pieces in and make the right decision. But again, it's hard to. Roger, Steven Domingo, Brandon Chaco, who hadn't played a lot, and all of a sudden you're playing a lot of minutes against an experienced team. That's not an easy thing to do. I don't think it takes away from their ability to play the game. I think it has more to do with just not having the reps under their belt.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.